What is going on, everybody? We have, just three Californians here, talking theme parks with y'all. We're going to talk also about the Comcast Universal interest. There is word on the street that they're actually might be interested in buying Warner Brothers. We're going to talk about that. We're going to take your questions, your comments up next here on OG 55 Live.
I ain't got nothing to say but West Side.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of OG 55 Live. I got two great gentlemen with me this evening, Mr. Theme Park Wizard and Mr. Choo Choo Caboose himself, conductor in the house. We're going to start the show off by talking about the possibility that Comcast might actually be interested in buying Warner Brothers. There's some news on that. We're also going to take your comments, your questions. But before we dive right in, conductor, I'm going to start with you, man. How have you been?
I've been wonderful. It's always a great time being on Orange Go 55 after dark. It's going to be a great time, and I'm always happy to join Wizard in this discussion because he heard it himself. I love his perspective on things. So tonight's going to be a great night. But like Orange Go 55 says, I am theme park conductor. Choo choo. See, I had to do it. But you can find me on YouTube and Blue Sky at Theme Park Conductor. You can find me on Instagram at theme_park_conductor. And like Wizard showing right there, Five Nights at Freddy, my childhood dream house. I loved it. You can find me on X at Theme Conductor. You can also find me on TikTok at Theme Park Conductor 1. And you can find me every Sunday at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for Conductor Sunday live stream, where we have amazing guests like Orange Go 55 with his wild, crazy hair, Wizard with his magic wand of theme park permits, Tommy Toon World with his world famous food reviews, and so many other guests as we break down Universal, Disney, Halloween season, HHN, and the up-and-coming Christmas season, where I know Orange Go 55 is locked and loaded with those peppermint snap shots, right?
Oh, he's gonna be lit up like a Christmas tree.
Oh, woo! Perfect.
I love it. I love it. And Mr. Wizard, it's always good to have you on the show, but I do appreciate you, sir. How are you feeling today? And where can everybody find you on social media before we dive right in?
I'm feeling pretty jazzed up. I just recorded my first ever Wizard and Friends podcast. Episode 1 is coming out tomorrow with the lovely Jared from Capture the Magic, who was in this chat a couple of seconds ago. So make sure to check that out on YouTube or Patreon. That one will be for everyone, but then it will be a member-only podcast, so check that out once a week or so. You can follow me on Twitter, where I post daily updates. Twitter and Instagram post daily updates on things. Like I posted some brand new Lost Continent permits for Universal Orlando, demolition permits for 7 acres. Pretty cool stuff there. And also you can follow me. You can book your trip with me to Orlando, Hollywood, Anaheim, Meow, and more.
There we go.
And you can also, before you start, OG, shout out to looks like Mr. Matthew sent you a super chat all the way back at 5:00 p.m. So shout out to Matthew and that super chat there.
Absolutely. I just saw that, right? Meow. There you go. I just saw that. See what I did there? Well, let's get the show started, right? Meow. Let's do it.
Oh, hey, Bricky. I love that guy.
We got
still got to see him at Universal one day.
There we go. Mr. Bricky's in the house. Actually, everybody, I was on his channel, the Bricky Vlog, last night. Had a fantastic conversation about Disney IP. Go ahead and make sure you check that out. That was a really, really fun time with Mr. Hey Bricky. All right, gentlemen, let's dive into this. Okay, this is courtesy of the New York Post. Paramount facing competition for Warner Brothers Discovery as Comcast could emerge as a suitor.
I like how they use Captain America zombie over there.
You know what I'm saying, dude?
What a
It's very
thumbnail.
yeah, it's perfect, man. It's perfect. Very, very intense, you know? The list of suitors for WB Discovery is poised to get longer with possible bidders that include cable TV giant Comcast on the money has learned, okay? So this is interesting. It says here, as first reported by the Post, Paramount Skydance chief David Ellison is in talks with private equity giants, including Apollo Global Management, to join in a possible bid to buy Warner Brothers Discovery, a mega deal that could be worth 60 billion. But since then, it the Warner Brothers has denied their Paramount's bid, and it's looking like Comcast is actually a little more interested. What's your take on this, Wizard? I mean, you and I have been really bullish on this idea of Comcast Universal Warner, because what it could mean for, number one, their IP library. Universal's pretty mid when it comes to their own IP, but Warner Brothers would
Mhm.
introduce a massive amount of IP. It would also do a major boost for their theme parks. It would really also benefit Universal Hollywood, and we'll get into the details as to why with that. But what are your thoughts on this? Do you think it's possible?
Man, I sure hope it's possible. Now, I've seen people react to this on Discord servers and regular service saying, "Oh my God, this would be a terrible idea." But and they say it not because of Comcast, but because of, well, actually, a couple things. Because of Comcast, but also because of like consolidation. But it, guys, the consolidation part, it seems like Warner Brothers is going to get bought up no matter what. So I mean, there will be consolidation happening no matter what. Just do you want it with Paramount, Netflix, some app tech company, or what? Warner Brothers is not going to be sticking around much longer, unfortunately. So, you know, that answers the consolidation question. I know they're talking about, some people said, "Oh my God, if Comcast spends all this money on uh, uh, Warner Brothers, what if maybe they'll stop investing in their parks, like with Disney at the Fox deal, right?" I don't know. I don't think so. I think Comcast, because they have, I mean, a lot of money from their cable business as well. So I feel like they'll spend money if they buy this. I don't think they'll stop investing in their parks. I do feel like they're pretty hungry to try to catch up to Disney in every way possible. So I think they'll continue to go, and they won't just halt investment in parks there. I'm very excited about it. But as OG mentioned, there's lots of IP that Universal could use. Universal's best IP besides the Jurassic franchise in their parks as like the best lands are like licensed lands, right? Harry Potter, Nintendo, and look at the kids park. The kids park just officially announced all their IPs today, which also has a licensed land from Paramount, actually. Nickelodeon's Bikini Bottom land, which looks fantastic. But besides that, look, there's Minions, Jurassic Park, Shrek, Puss in Boots. So it's like the same ones that you'd find at every other park because those are the most popular ones, right? But if Universal bought Comcast bought Warner Brothers, then in this kids park you can have a Looney Tunes land. You can have
Yeah.
many different other IPs instead of the same 4 to 5 ones are at every Universal park. I mean, again, look at the early concept art for the Universal UK. Cool that they have Back to the Future. That's a bit different. But again, you have Jurassic, Minions, right? The same type. Some people say maybe Shrek is in there. The same sort of IP. And it's not Universal's fault per se, but they just know those are the heavy hitters. Those are the most popular ones. And the rest they have to license it out. So I think, yeah, this will really open the door to a lot of their own IP, like Disney's level IP.
No, absolutely. It would infuse a level of IP in under the Universal umbrella that would really be real competition for Disney. Not to say Universal isn't real competition right now; they absolutely are.
Mhm.
But that IP library would be insane for Universal, and you can do amazing things. I mean, if they own DC, and let's just say they can work out those DC rights from Six Flags, which we'll get into that in a second, because Wizard has some news on that, which is very interesting.
Mhm.
But I mean, can you imagine a fully realized Gotham City on the same quality that you see like a Wizarding World? And what could you do with that, right? Now, Wizard, pre-show, you had an amazing idea. If they were to acquire DC and they were to
Mhm.
put like say a Gotham City in their theme parks, you had a great idea for HHN. If you want to go ahead and elaborate on that, because I think that's too brilliant. You have to share that. I love that idea.
Man, yeah, I was telling the guys before the chat. I was like, my goodness, imagine a fully realized Gotham City with a Batman Dark Ride, right? Like high quality Batman Dark Ride. Then they say they literally built a spot, either a permanent spot or just I'll leave an open spot for a tent for a Halloween Horror Nights or Fan Fest Nights house, right? An Arkham Asylum Halloween Horror Nights house with all the villains. Like that would be amazing. Like that. Imagine how
Yeah.
cool that would be. In fact, that'd be so cool. I wouldn't mind if it was like a permanent attraction type of thing. That's so cool. Arkham Asylum, Halloween Horror Nights house, or Dark Ride, or
Dude.
both. Yeah. And Universal, like Warner Brothers, can be a little bit edgier, so they can have like Harley Quinn walking around the land, in her scandalous outfits, and they can have and she can be like the Megatron of the land, making jokes and stuff, a little bit edgier. And like if Disney were to do DC Land, they couldn't go as far as DC really should go with the edginess. And Universal is the perfect person. If Warner Brothers doesn't have their own theme park, Universal is the perfect person to do that edginess with Gotham City, since that's a bit more edgier instead of like Superman, which is a little bit lighter. But
Yeah.
proper Arkham Asylum, Halloween Horror Nights house, a fully realized Batman Dark Ride, and a Joker coaster or something.
Ooh.
Like almost like what they had with the cartoon land in Islands of Adventure with the DC concept there. With they had like a Batman suspended Dark Ride or something. It looked so cool. If they just bring that concept back, incredible.
Yeah, no, I agree. And our good friend Bricky here says, anyone get exhausted with the constant buying and merging? How far from one company that owns it all? What's the long-term plan? Now, here's the thing, Bricky. I would agree with you. I do agree with you that it is kind of exhausting, all these mergers. I think what it is, though, I think it's basically the inevitability at this time that we're currently in, due to the fact that Hollywood kind of sees it as like a self-preservation, right? Because if other studios don't, if the studios aren't merging and coming together, I think there's a concern there that big tech is going to come in and swoop in and grab them. And I think Hollywood wants to kind of, keep it in the family, so to speak, right? So they're trying to self-preserve the industry in that way. They don't want, Apples and, the Apples of the world and all these big tech companies kind of buying them all up. So they're merging with each other instead. That's just my theory. But no, I agree with you though, Bricky. It is kind of exhausting to see so much of it. But I think at this point in time, I just think it's kind of like the, what the hand we're dealt, you know what I'm saying? But Conductor, what are your thoughts on this in terms of, possibly Comcast Universal putting their hat in the ring to buy WB?
So I have to personally say, the start off to kind of reference another point that's kind of something similar, and I've said it before, even way back when. If you look at what we're getting right now, this massive, massive coaster that 10 years ago, nobody ever thought we would ever get at this park because of the studio, because of the neighbors, but because of other studios like WB, Disney, all that. And then you look at this, and people were doubting for years that Comcast would not acquire WB, and now here we go again. We're talking about the same subject, years later, as they're trying to figure out if they can buy WB, and the benefits are insane. Because think about it, when it comes to the Halloween season, already you can already tell HHN's always on top with just how they lay the whole event out, what IPs they're able to bring as of now. If they acquire WB, that just opens a Pandora box of IPs they can bring to HHN, not only on the West Coast, shout out West Coast, but the East Coast as well. So you have to think about it. This merger, if it does happen, is crucial, because think about it. When you go into Universal, either at Hollywood or Orlando, and you walk into the Harry Potter lands, or as Bricky calls it, Witch Boy land,
Love it.
I know, right? And you walk in, you feel completely immersed in these lands, and the architecture that went into it, the design, the force perspective, it's so phenomenal what they've been able to do with Harry Potter as just a prime example, but by them acquiring WB, they don't have to worry about paying licensing issues, which that money that they are paying for licensing issues right now to have a Witch Boy, as Bricky calls it, in their parks, that can go towards something else, future development. It could go towards, future projects, infrastructure, you name it. So, I think personally, and I love Wizard's idea with the whole DC concept. You got Disney with the Avengers and Marvel, but the one up that we have against Disney, and I have to be honest with you, if we bought a DC land like Wizard said, if we do acquire WB, we can make our superhero land and attractions and characters a lot more edgy than what Disney can, because Disney's more of that family park that caters to families. Don't get me wrong, it caters to adults too, but it's more geared towards families, where Universal kind of takes more risks. They're more edgy, so they can get away with a lot more. And by also buying WB, like I said, it increases the footprint for HHN. But FanFest nights, imagine the
Oh
IP
man,
bring for FanFest nights.
yeah, that's incredible. Well, here's the thing too, right? One of the biggest hurdles, and by the way, Bricky has done amazing content actually recently on his channel in regards to like the Simpsons area at Universal Hollywood and what have you. I definitely advise everybody to check those videos out and make sure you subscribe to him. He's an amazing creator, a friend of the channel. But one of the big obstacles with Universal Hollywood is space, right?
Yes.
And the reason why there's a space problem, or one of the big reasons why, is because we have a lot of sound stages in Hollywood, and those are being utilized for filming and production and all that, which is fantastic. I love the tram tour, which is honestly my favorite thing at Universal Hollywood. But if you were to buy Warner Brothers, which you can actually see from Universal, it's so close.
Yeah.
You could offload, and we talked about this before, I think all three of us on this channel and on Wizard's channel and the Conductor's channel, where you could offload some of these sound stages to the Warner lot and open up a lot more theme park space for Hollywood. Now, I know a lot of, maybe, film historians or what have you might be at issue with that. Maybe even the industry in general might have issues with that, because Universal is a very storied studio, a very historic site, right? Everything's filmed at Universal, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, I think you can do it in a way that, you don't completely get rid of the studio, but you just offload, maybe surgically, things here and there, and kind of open up that theme park space. Wizard, I mean, would you be okay with that, or?
Oh, I wouldn't just be okay with it. I'd be jumping for joy and peeing my pants with it. But everyone wants to shoot me when I say that. But I keep saying it. But because the whole lot is about 413-ish acres, right? It's a lot of acres, right? That's bigger than Epic Universe. It's bigger than that. And obviously you can't use it all for theme park space, but a lot of it, even if you do half of it, that's what 200 acres, right? That's like Animal Kingdom. But so it's pretty big stuff, and I'm curious whether they buy Warner Brothers or not, if they might do something similar, because this is actually coming out tomorrow. Tomorrow, it was announced that they're going to debut Universal Hollywood a new type of tickets called the theme park guided tour add-on, right? And this theme park guided tour add-on is, you get everything you get at the VIP experience, which is like our guided tour now, but without the backlot stuff. It's just the theme park, so you get the meal and everything besides the studio tour, which is very interesting, because a few years ago, Universal had those surveys about making the studio tour a private upcharge experience or whatever. Then you got this added theme park guided tour add-on. I don't know, maybe it's an extra revenue driver, but I'm thinking maybe they still want to do that, right? Maybe they want to make the studio tour just a private experience that you enter from City Walk or whatever, therefore shrinking the studio tour a lot for more theme park space, because very interesting. There, I'm still working out that theory, but it's interesting because
Yeah.
why you're offering a ticket that of something you already have, but it's just you're taking out the studio part of it. Uh, Very interesting. I think they may already be thinking of shrinking the backlot a little bit there. So we'll keep watching on that. But yeah, I would not mind at all if more theme parks stretched back there.
Yeah, no, interesting, Wizard. And our good friend Capture the Magic, Jared here says, I still think Comcast could run into issues getting it approved by the government given their size, but they must feel confident they could do it if they're interested, like it seems. Now, Wizard, you brought up a great point pre-show, where you were saying that because you pointed out how Comcast is spinning off their television stuff.
Yeah, it's like that Versant, I think it's called or whatever. It's like all the cable, and I think even the news is NBC in there. I don't know, but I know it's a whole bunch of cable stuff that they probably don't need. And then
Like
of course Warner,
CNBC.
yeah, like that. And Warner Brothers is obviously making their own two companies, right? So that could help with that regulation issue, um, because I wouldn't say why else. I'm not a businessman, so I don't know why else they were doing it. I'm sure there's a good reason, but still interesting that if they're interested, this news has come out, they're interested in buying Warner Brothers. Now they've already started the process of splitting into two companies. Um, Very interesting. It's almost like they were preparing or knew in advance, that they're like gonna try to make a play for this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's a great theory, and I think that there's something to that, because like it Capture the Magic, you're absolutely right. You would have to, there would have to be some offloading. I mean,
Hmm.
these companies are so big, especially Comcast, and there's going to be redundancies there. So, but I mean, if they're already spinning off television stuff like
Hmm.
before they go into it, they like Wizard was saying, they might be preparing for this,
Hmm.
and
And think about it, because I know in that, I think the New York Post article that first reported this, I guess last week. No, they said part of the reason, or the reason they mentioned, of course, was they wanted to merge, of course, Peacock with HBO Max. Now I love Peacock. I will also acknowledge that Peacock doesn't have a lot of like new original shows or anything, and I'm sure it's not one of the top streaming services. But I watch it every night because for sitcoms mostly, and of course the new Epic Universe documentary, which you can buy on Fandango if they didn't take it away, but it's going to be on Peacock next month. But Matt, Peacock and HBO Max content together, that would put it like on a Disney Plus Hulu type of level.
right.
So it's a win there. It would certainly be more profitable than some cable network that they're trying to get rid of that no one watches. So definitely benefits on both ends, studio and what should we call it, and theme parks. Hey, I love the Bravo channel too.
There you go.
Actually, must say. I
Yeah,
actually particularly like House Hunters. I think that's on Discovery, but I still have House Hunters International and House Hunters regular. Great shows.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, it's interesting. There's a lot of potential here with this, and I would love to see. I would love to see what Universal could do with this great IP. This is one of the big issues. I've always been a big fan of the Warner Brothers animation, right? I
Mhm.
love Animaniacs. I love Tiny Toons, the classic Looney Tunes. I think they've done. I mean, our friend Bricky, you and I are pretty close to the same age. I mean, when we were kids, man, I mean, Disney and Warner were the two giants with the Saturday morning and the after school stuff with Disney Afternoon. And then you had like Tiny Toons, Animaniacs, and Tasmania and all that stuff. And Warner Brothers really had like a solid footing in the animation industry at that time. And they've completely lost it, it seems like. I mean, they're nowhere
Mhm.
near relevant. They're nowhere near as relevant as they used to be. And I
No.
would love to see them get back in that game. And I think Universal has done a really good job with kind of fostering creativity better. Like, I mean, if you look at what they've done with DreamWorks, I think they've done a
Mhm.
really, really good job with DreamWorks since they bought them. Obviously, they've done great even for like Illumination. I mean, they had a
Mhm.
massive hit with Super Mario recently. So it's like
Mhm.
Universal knows what they're kind of doing here. And I feel like
Mhm.
that they would be the best owner for WB that WB has had in a long time.
And,
Go ahead,
and
Wizard.
don't forget, like OG always used to tell me how you used to love the Warner Brothers stores, right? Imagine
Oh, yeah.
they recreate the concept, and put a Warner Brothers store in City Walk or something. Like you can bring that concept back.
Oh, 100%. 100%. That's a great idea. I used to love going into the Warner Brothers studio stores. I used to actually get like as a Disney fan kind of upset. I'm like, why are these stores like cooler than the Disney ones? You know what I'm saying? Because the Warner Brothers ones had kind of like this studio vibe to them, even with like the track lighting and like the cool wooden floors. I was digging it. I was really, really digging it. So now Ben Zacudo's here asking, did you guys see that Universal Kids Resort concept art? Wizard, I think you were on, there was some news today, right? About the Kids Resort.
Yes, me and Jared from Capture the Magic went all over it. But yeah, there's new concept art. They confirmed all the land names that we already knew, because at least that I already knew and posted about, because the trademarks. But there's Shrek Land, Puss in Boots Land, Gabby's Dollhouse, Minions, Jurassic, Bikini Bottom, and I think that's it. But see, like I mentioned a little earlier, look at all those things I just mentioned. A lot of those things you can find at all the other parks because it's the most popular IP. Again, if they had a Warner Brothers, they can mix up some of that IP in the kids' park with Looney Tunes or something like that, Animaniac, something different versus what you see all over the place.
No, 100%. Now, can we say Puss in Boots on YouTube, or are we gonna get demonetized? No, I'm kidding.
Puss and Boots.
And Boots. I mean, we did say Peacock, so I guess we're okay, right?
What is see, this is how you tell Universal's edgier, because there's names they give these things, man. Peacock, right? Puss in Boots. My God,
man. I know it's getting spicy out there. But we got a few super chats here. I want to thank the one and only Mr. C. Morduck. Mr. Duck, I hope you're feeling a little bit better. He was kind of under the weather a little bit earlier, but with a $2 super chat.
Did he have the bird flu?
Hopefully not. Hey, Mr. Duck, do you have the bird flu? No. Mr. Duck says here, I believe there's going to be a bidding war. I think so too. I think this is going to be a battle, because you know why, Seymour? WB has a fantastic library, and people are going to, these studios are going to want that. And also Netflix is also in this mix, right? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if big tech gets in there too, but I don't think, as I said earlier, when I was responding to Bricky's comment, I don't think Hollywood wants big tech to come in and swoop these studios up. So I think they're going to do everything they can to prevent that. I could be wrong, but
I
Mr.
agree.
Duck, thank you.
Because look, imagine, Netflix gets it, right? And Netflix is cool, but I mean, Netflix is very opposed to doing theatrical releases, so then you never see a Warner Brothers movie in a theater, which would be pretty sad.
Yeah, I completely agree. And we have Arlene, who's been a member for 13 months. Arlene, we appreciate you so much.
13 months? That's over a year.
Over a year, Arlene. And she says, hope everyone is having a great night. You as well, Arlene. Thank you for joining us. I know it's a late night video, but we do appreciate you hanging out. We got Matthew Murr all the way from the UK with 10 euros. I'm absolutely hyped for Sunday when I return for a huge armchair creativity video. Yeah, I got Matthew Murr coming back. We're going to do an armchair video. It's going to be a lot of fun. Matthew, we love you, brother. We appreciate all the support over the years and your friendship. You're an amazing dude, man.
Oh,
you really are.
Also, I noticed in the chat, way early on, someone was bumping those K-pop Demon Hunter lyrics. And to you, I say, you're amazing. I love K-pop Demon Hunters.
Yeah, I've been listening to the music, but I haven't seen the movie yet.
You haven't seen the movie? Oh, you gotta turn the stream off right now and go watch.
There we go. No, 100%. And Brandon Smith here says that K-pop Demon Hunters is having another sing-along release in theaters because of the fan. Oh man, this thing's gonna make.
Can you OG, come on, come over here. Let's watch the movie together. Come on.
Let's do it. You live down the street.
Let's do it. We have a beautiful movie theater. I want to see it. Yeah, let's not wait 15 years like Capture the Magic wants you to do. No. Let's prove him wrong. Okay.
Let's do it. Yeah, no, absolutely. I've everyone in the chat. I've a little inside joke. I have a history of putting things on my list and never getting around to them. With movies and stuff, and hopefully, yeah, I gotta watch it. Everyone says it's a great film. Actually, our good friend Jay Shear said it's his favorite movie of the year, which really surprised me.
I can see that. It's one of my favorite movies of the year. Definitely top 3.
Yeah. Well, Lewis here says, oh man, Lewis has a cool avatar picture.
I know. I was looking at that. I was like, what is that? Like a zombie, but holding a bird or something? That's kind of interesting.
That's wild. Since WB Discovery had broken to a separate department, I just hope Comcast can get Warner Brothers Studio New Line Cinema content if they can't get the whole pie. Conjure needs to come to HHN. That would be dope. And maybe that will be the case, Lewis. Maybe there will be sort of a
Yeah,
piecemeal sort of deal, right?
yeah, I'm sure because I'm sure they don't want the Discovery crap. They just want the Warner Brothers good stuff.
Yeah, no, I completely, yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, it's just the IP library, and we got our friend Kiki and Luca, who always good to see you, Kiki and Luca. What do you guys eat for breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
I eat OG for breakfast, Conductor for lunch, and George for dinner.
Oh, there you go. There we go. No, I actually, I don't know. I don't really, I'm not really like, I have a lot of eggs. I've been working out lately, so I do eat eggs a
I
lot.
love eggs.
You know what I'm saying? Whether it's scrambled or like an omelet, that's really good. I
You
eat a
worked
lot
out
of,
where at the gym? What your home gym or the like a
oh,
gym
just at
gym?
home. Yeah, just at home.
Oh,
Yeah, just at
nice.
home. You know what I'm saying? And then,
I was about to say because the wizard, just the wifey, she's just got a 24-hour membership. So I'm like, man, what if you go to the same gym?
oh, nice, nice. No, it's good. It's good. I'm trying to work out a little bit more and everything like that. But I mean, I'm not really like I don't have the same thing every single day, Kiki and Luca. But I eat eggs. I eat banh mi a lot. You know, the Vietnamese sandwiches. Those are pretty good. What else do I have? I eat a lot of ramen. I like spicy
You
food.
need some Kobe beef, man.
You know what I'm
Gotta
saying?
get some
Kobe beef.
beef.
But yeah, that's pretty much where I'm at. You know, chicken, like I like chicken sandwiches and what have you. So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with my usual routine. What about you? What about you, conductor? What are you eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner?
So breakfast, I usually have, once in a while, not every time, but usually I'll have French
A
toast.
train.
You wish a train. French toast, bacon, OJ. But
OJ, whoa, you're drinking OJ Simpson? I think he's dead.
well, not that OJ. Different. And then a lot of times for breakfast, I usually have oatmeal. Oatmeal is great.
I love oatmeal.
Oatmeal is awesome. And then for lunch, usually I'll make a really nice sandwich at home. And then for dinner, usually I don't go out as much, so I make a lot of home cooked meals. So I try to kind of stay away from the starch, the fast food, all that nonsense.
Conductor,
Oh God.
I have a question. You work at one of the world's cheapest places with great food portions. Are you telling me you never get a Costco hot dog for lunch?
Once a month. That's
It's
what
so good. You know, that's
once a month.
you're
Because
good.
they are
I don't think I'd be able to resist. I'm like, oh my gosh, I gotta get one for $1.50. I'm like, I just gotta be able to get one.
they're addicting. So I'm not gonna lie about that. They
I am
are
proud of you, sir. That's incredible.
So
Yeah.
so conductor, you eat pretty you eat pretty healthy, huh?
I do.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
and then when I'm at the theme parks, I don't hesitate to at least walk 10 miles. At least.
Yeah.
I always talk about 10 to 20,000 steps. Yeah, it's pretty easy to do at a theme park, though. That's
Easily.
much better than walking around the street.
Yeah,
And
no, I know.
Yeah.
Here's this is my wife prepares this for me for us. Here's our meal plan
Oh, nice.
for the week here. So this is what I eat for lunch or dinner. For
Very cool.
breakfast, I eat an ice cream bar. I'm not even joking. I have Haagen-Dazs ice cream bars I eat for breakfast.
there you go.
Sometimes scrambled eggs, and then for lunch, I have whatever's left over from the nights before dinner, and then I have dinner right there.
There we go,
Nice.
Mr. Wizard, keeping it healthy. I'm glad we're all eating really good because you know this is a squad. We got to stay healthy. You know what I'm saying? We got to stay healthy.
Exactly.
I want all
We
of us
got to be able
around.
to walk around the theme parks and deal with kids and deal with people all day. So we got to be in shape.
No, 100%. And we got Mr. Seymour Duck, steak and eggs for breakfast, steak sandwich for lunch,
Ooh.
and steak and potatoes for dinner. Mr. Duck.
Okay, so he's a steak man.
Oh, he's a steak man. And you know,
I love
oh yeah, he's doing carnivore. When is he? No, maybe not with the potatoes. But I bet your testosterone is through the roof, Mr. Duck. I bet you are really killing it in that department. And maybe comes in saying something really, really funny. A duck who eats meat is crazy. That is true.
that is funny.
That is very, very true.
There's no chicken or duck on the menu.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Seymour is a Chad. 100%, 100%. So, okay, so Mr. Wizard, I want to get back to the Universal Comcast thing with WB, right?
Mhm.
So, do you think that Universal's plans for like franchises like Harry Potter would change if they were to buy WB, or do you think we see more of it, even more than we have now, or do you think that it would be kind of business as usual? Because that would be kind of interesting. That's been one of their biggest money makers,
Mhm.
right? So,
I
how
think
do you think that would
I think
affect?
so, especially because if they I'm sure they'd move forward with the new series still. So I think I think they really try to capitalize. In fact, I was talking when Jared was on my video earlier, an hour ago, where we're talking about the kids parks again specifically, and how like you put like we're surprised there's no like little baby Mario area, like little like Kirby Nintendo area. I was thinking, yeah, you can even put like a Harry Potter area focused on like the earlier movies and their young kids. And I feel like they did stuff like that. Um, put in little Harry Potter areas, little air, put in Harry Potter, maybe Horror Unleashed, maybe put a Dementors, Dementors maze in one of those. Like swap out the maze for some IP like a Dementor or something. I think they'd be a little bit more experimental, something they probably can't do some of those things because of the contract stuff now, but I'm sure they'll be a little bit looser if they were to own it. So I'm sure they try and maybe do some more experimental things like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Giant Peter with a really good observation here. Technically, Universal would also gain the studio tour in London. I'm assuming he's talking about the Harry Potter thing, right?
Yeah, which is true. Yeah, that is true. Which is interesting because I know it's because of that they're having a problem putting Harry Potter in the new Universal UK park because again those licensing things. So they just make it all a bit easier to if you just own the whole thing.
No, absolutely, absolutely. And I'm gonna go all the way back up to the top because he Giant Peter made a great has a great question here. He says, first question and most important question of the day for the crew: cat's eye bias, or should we just rename the channel to Danny 55? That's funny.
Danny 55 for sure.
Let's do it. Let's just rename it to Danny 55. Now for me personally, now this is cat's eye. I'll show you guys who cat's eye is. Cat's eye is a some people say
Gee.
some people say it's a K-pop group. Some people say it's just a pop group, but they are amazing. They do great stuff. I think I saw Laura at my local mall. I'm like 95%
No way.
at Topanga Wizard at Topanga. I'm pretty sure I
Come
walked right.
on.
I walked right by her, dude, and I was like, "Oh man, I froze up." I wanted to say hi, but I didn't know for sure, so I didn't. But in terms of your question, Peter, yeah, Daniela Danielle is my
I
bias, but
assume she's the lead in the front there, huh?
she's the lead. She's the lead, but the gal on the right to her, Megan, is a close second. I love Megan's personality. She's really, really funny. But conductor, are you a Cat's Eye fan?
I don't know. Now I am looking at.
Okay, so here, you know what? Who's your bias, conductor? I'll go ahead and play. Who's your bias? Who do you like the most?
Can I just choose all of them so it's easier?
There we go. That works. That works. So,
Perfect.
Mr. Wizard, you have a bias, or do you like this group at all, or where you stand with
Never
Cat's Eye?
heard, never heard of him till just now, but I think like conductor, I like them now. They're pretty cool. Let's see. We got yeah, the girl to the very right with the pink hair, she seems pretty cool. Uh
Okay,
is that Megan? Is that what her
that's
name is?
Megan. Yeah, that's
Although I
Megan.
don't know, every Megan I met is a little crazy, so let's scrap that. Let's go to Danny. That I'll do that
There we go. There we go. So thank you for that, Giant Peter. I appreciate you, sir. And Giant Peter continues, the Harry Potter Studio Tour experience, from what I heard, is like a 10 to 12-hour experience. Is that true, Wizard? Is that what you heard too? It's like an all-day thing?
Yeah, it's pretty long. I mean, Sean and Jess went through it. They really liked it. But they did spend like all day there.
Okay. All right. Interesting. 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 Now, Fox Glove Fairy's asking, how's it going? Have you played Disney Dreamlight Valley? No, I haven't.
Ooh, Liz plays that, or she went on a like a binge plan that she stopped, but it's pretty cool. We met Tiana, met Scar, and all the characters. It's pretty cool how it works.
All right, cool. Yeah, I don't really game Foxglove, but it looks like Wizard's
Yeah,
wife does. That's pretty cool. Do you play do you
yeah,
play this game, conductor, at all, or no?
No, I do not.
yeah.
No.
And I don't have a Nintendo DS, so I don't play it, but I just watch it, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah, so before we get out of here, gentlemen, any theme park stories you guys want to discuss before we skedaddle?
So I'm just gonna bring up my 2 cents, and I know Wizard's gonna chime into this.
Oh,
But
I am. I've got my pitchfork. I don't even know
he's
what it is,
Uh-oh.
but I just got the pitchfork.
yeah, he does. He does. But programming update, I am going to be at Universal Studios tomorrow and Friday, but definitely tomorrow morning.
And Saturday.
Well, I wish Saturday, but I wish. I'll be thinking of you. How about that?
Good.
No, but I'm going to be there. Hopefully to possibly catch our first glimpse of ride testing from the new Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift Coaster. And shout out to the one and only Theme Park Wizard for all the updates he gives us week by week, and
That's me.
and everything that he posts online, and his amazing videos he does from Universal and Disney. I cannot wait to see this coaster go off. It's going to be super exciting. I know a lot of people are going to be excited. I want to ask you, Wizard, I've probably asked you this before, but I want to ask you again since we're at this point. If they start testing, and just hypothetically, if they start tomorrow, could we possibly see a soft opening by late December? Maybe.
Yeah, if they do start testing it, it depends how much testing they need. But I feel like it could certainly be possible because that'll be 2 months of testing. So certainly by December or January, I feel like there would be a soft opening. Because there'll be 2 months of total testing. And they just need to do one more Scream Shield and finish this one and the sound wall, and then that's it. So there's not much else. So I can't see why it can't be possible.
Wizards. Go ahead, conductor. Go ahead.
Well, I'm going to answer this first. Just to clarify, every time I go to Universal, this will be the number one attraction I definitely ride, if not once, if not multiple times. So that's my
maybe 6 times.
6 times.
Well, Wizard and I are not the thrill junkie type. And we've joked a lot about here on the channel that we're going to be in the gift shop waiting for a conductor to ride this. But lately, Wizard,
that's
we've been
correct.
Talking, and what do you think, man? What do you think? We should just do it one time, right? And just go for it.
You never know. I might have to pop in the car number 3, and you'll see me riding in the skyline like this. Woo-wee! Then I'll be like this. I'll be like, when I pass out, I'll be like, "Whoa, that was fun."
Okay, I'm going to clarify some. If you're going to be in car 3, OG's being in car 1 with me, front row.
Hey, I'm down, dude. I'm down. Can I hold your hand?
Yeah.
Is that cool?
Yeah, you're in car 1. You and George and OG and OG will be in car 1. I'll be with my wife in car 3.
That's all right. I'll bribe OG. I'll buy him a beer after.
There you go. You won me over. I'll do it.
Yep, perfect. Easy.
Yeah, we'll take him over to Moe's.
Take him over to Moe's. We'll have a nice little beer, nice little bar chat. Just kind of hang out. It'd be fun. It'd be fun.
As long as it lasts.
There you go. There you go. So before we get out of here, I want to mention we have a lovely gal by the name of Mimi Fan who does an amazing outro for us here on the channel. Check her out on Instagram and YouTube if you're looking for good food outside the theme parks, LA, Orange County, Vietnamese food, Korean barbecue, boba, whatever it may be. Check out friend of the channel, Mimi Fan. We also have another friend of the channel by the name of Capture the Magic, Jared from Capture the Magic, and he sells a lot of nerdy apparel, like nerdy t-shirts, what have you, Nintendo, Universal, Disney, all that good stuff. Look, we even have here, look at this. And if where is that one? Oh man, hold on one sec, everybody. This is a great one. This is actually one of my favorites. Here we go. If you love peaches,
there you go.
This is your shirt. Peaches. So check it out. Peaches. There we go. That was so perfect, Wizard, that I'm afraid we're going to get copyrighted. That was so good. You know what I'm saying?
Probably.
But check it out, everybody. If you use promo code OG55, you can absolutely get a 10% discount upon checkout. So check out Capture the Magic. Check out the lovely Miss Mimi Fan. Now, Wizard, I'm going to start with you. Where can everybody find you on social media, my friend?
You guys can find me on Theme Park Wizard on YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Blue Sky, and more. You can go book your trip with me down below and DM me in one of those links. On all my socials, you can check me out on my website, themeparkwizard.com. You can also book their trips, and you can find me at Universal hanging around at the parks. Yeah, that's
There we
right.
go. There you go. Yeah, I've been there a lot, and I've been meeting up with Wizard. And actually, you know what? First time meeting. I think it was my first time meeting Alan. I'm not really sure, but
I think so. Yeah.
great guy. Almighty Coasters on YouTube, and Instagram. So check him out. But we hung out the other day over there at Universal. Had a really fun time. But yeah, we're always at Universal now. It's a weekly thing almost for me now. Mr. Conductor, where can everybody find you on social media, my friend?
Absolutely. And I want to give a big shout out to Orange Grove 55 for being the most amazing host as possible and a great friend. But like OG says, I am Theme Park Conductor. You can find me on YouTube and Blue Sky at Theme Park Conductor. You can find me on Instagram at theme_park_conductor. You can find me on TikTok at Theme Park Conductor 1. You can find me on X at Theme Conductor. And you can find me every Sunday at 5 p.m., if not 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for Conductor Sunday live stream, where we have amazing guests like the one and only Orange Grove 55 with his amazing wicked hair, Theme Park Wizard with his magical theme park permits that he happens to find in the dark forest. Reference.
That's right.
Harder. And then you got George the Disney Italiano that likes to be spicy with all his Italian antics. Then you got Tommy Toon World with his world famous food reviews, and so many other guests as we break down Universal, Disney, the Halloween season, the up and coming Christmas season. And I get to watch OG. What is it? Drink down peppermint schnapps.
Hey, I'm down. You want to do it? Let's go. Let's go.
Hey,
you're I mean, Conductor, you're my drinking buddy. Like, remember back in July, right?
Oh God. Okay, so
the bar at Downtown Disney.
Yeah. So funny thing, this happened. I have to bring it up. I have to. So me and Steve were hanging at Downtown Disney.
You better.
We were. And we were at Citrico. Okay, get this. So we're sitting there, and a couple right next to us. I swear, really nice girl, her boyfriend sitting right next to us, and she's hitting on OG. I kid you not, in front of her boyfriend. And I'm like, what in the hell is going on here? So I'm sitting there, kind of just off to the side, like, thinking to myself, how in the hell is this possible? How is she getting away with this? and then next thing you know, the boyfriend encourages this whole behavior act. It's like, whoa.
What is going on?
It's something you would see out of a sitcom or something. It was hilarious.
It was like the multiverse, bro. It was crazy, It was wild.
Funny. It was funny.
It was wild. But gentlemen and everyone in the chat, I want to thank you so much for joining us today. We have a lot more lives coming up. We have a lot more collabos coming up. I love y'all. Thank you so much.
Yes.
There you go. There we go. Maybe they're swingers. You never know. But everybody, thank you so much for watching this episode of OG 55. And until the next time, see you.
Thank you so much for watching OG 55. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and become a member today.